Let's go back to our top story now, and the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal is mourning the death of one of its own councillors. Musawenkosi Mchunu was shot dead outside his home yesterday. His colleague Sthembiso Mshengu is on the line for us. Mr. Mshengu, a very good morning to you. First of all, let's start by passing our condolences to yourself and to Mr. Mchunu's family. Let's start with the family. How are they doing this morning?
I must say we are shattered. This came at a time where we thought that the whole issue of unity, peace within our organization was a primary focus for all of us. Nevertheless, it has happened. Obviously, the family, especially the wives and the kids and the entire community of Kobata in Pietermaritzburg, they are so distraught by what has happened. We are very much disturbed by this barbaric acts that have been in the recent past, because you'll recall that on Monday morning, Correct Swiss from Potchefstroom was also brutally killed in the presence of his family. Comrade Mchunu was also killed at the gate of his home when the entire family was present, and this has such a psychological impact on the kids in particular, and we hope that the police will do their work and arrest the perpetrators.
Indeed. I just want to get a sense from you, sir. You mentioned another killing in the week. Do you get a sense that there's a will to deal with these political killings in KwaZulu-Natal?
The unfortunate part is that police seems to be not willing or perhaps to be reluctant to act and to act decisively on these killings, because it appears to us that they are almost well-coordinated assassinations, and they are aimed at silencing the dissenting voice within the organization. When we say there are wrong things and they must be corrected, and the only reply we get is a gun, it's quite unfortunate. So, as I'm saying, I hope that the national leadership will wake up to these brutal killings and act decisively. But in particular, the national leadership, the ANC, must listen to people. They must not just, for the sake of compliance to our constitution, try and drive the process of the organization at the expense of people's lives.
Mr. Mchunu's murder comes after 4 regions called for the regional and provincial conferences to be postponed there in KwaZulu-Natal. Do you believe that perhaps this could have been a motive for his killing?
I do not want to speculate in terms of the motive, but obviously such brutal killings of our comrades, it means somebody somewhere is frustrated because there is a voice, and a strong voice, a legitimate voice that calls for processes of the ANC to be handled in a particular way in compliance with our constitution and our rules of running the organization. It could be that there are those who are in power and in charge, and they believe that should the process of the ANC be clean and be above board, they may actually lose their political position and ultimately their lucrative government positions, where they are looking in order to continue to dispense patronage at the expense of good governance.
We understand that the regional and provincial conferences have been postponed and a date has been set. How do you see the meetings proceeding in light of all of these killings?
As we speak, there are about 4 regional conferences that are in session in Far North, in Pambata region, in Malahleni, so on, and Mosadlala in particular. The regions that were cited as not being ready for their regional conferences, it's simply because processes there have been highly manipulated, and membership has been corrupted in such an extent that the organization virtually does not exist in those regions. So these comrades and all of us are saying, can we have a free and clean process of the ANC? Can we have legitimate branches that will result in a legitimate leadership that will be well received by everyone and the society at large? We can't be claiming to be leaders of society, but we have bogus branches that will ultimately result in leadership that is not well received by everyone in society.